Good Wednesday, everyone. This is meteorologist Dave Snyder at the National Weather Service with Alaska statewide weather. Low pressure working across the western interior at 989 millibars was keeping rain and wind across south central and southwestern Alaska today. The heaviest rain was across the north and eastern Gulf Coast there around southeast. Areas around Haines out toward the Yakutat region were experiencing periods of heavy rain in the vicinity from time to time. It looks like some of the heavier rainfall fell over south central and pushed its way northward overnight, but a lot of that also came with wind. Some of those gusts in the 30, 40, and 50 mile an hour range, as well as areas just north of the Alaska range, and that's where a wind advisory continues tonight until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. Around the Alaska range passes winds there south 20 to 45 with occasional gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Strong and gusty winds will likely continue from this evening and then gradually decrease overnight. As we get into the overnight period in the Brooks Range, don't be surprised to run into a little bit of rain and snow at higher terrain, but most areas where you live will see periods of light rain or drizzle, as well as fog through the rest of the evening and overnight hours. South and western Alaska, watch for periods of light rain and drizzle there. Low pressure south of Unalaska and Dutch Harbor will also add more warm and wet air to the western Gulf in places like Kodiak Island with a pressure level at 991 millibars. Across the eastern Gulf and south of Haida Gwaii, high pressure is trying to take command. It's not doing such a hot job and gradually giving way to low pressure that's moving into the Gulf. That will list around 995 millibars for tomorrow afternoon just south and west of Kodiak Island. There's also another high out across the western Aleutians. That's coming in at 1,023 millibars and is gaining more ground for the Bering Sea. The stratus and areas of fog will continue, and drier weather will gradually chip into western parts of Alaska as we get into Thursday afternoon. At 996 millibars for Kotzebue Sound, showers will continue across the Seward Peninsula, and as that moves away, low pressure will gradually drag in some colder air across the Brooks Range. That looks to be pushing southward for the weekend, including places like Fairbanks looking at slightly colder weather going into Saturday. In the meantime, ahead of that, showers should continue for the lower Kuskokwim and the lower Yukon valleys. Showers for the Alaska range, and most of that should dry up for Friday for parts of the Susitna. Watch for showers across south central, the Copper River Basin, and most of southeast will continue under wet weather as we head toward the end of the week. With Alaska statewide weather, this is meteorologist Dave Snyder. Find us online anytime at weather.gov.